Hello everyone, my name is Malia Mora and I will be doing the Measurement and Uncertainty Lab. So for our first activity, we have to grab 2 plastic cups and label them cup number 1 and cup number 2. For those cups, we have to place one each at a time on the balance and record the mass. I have to do this at least 5 times for both cups. Once I am done recording the mass, it's time to move on to activity number 2. For activity number 2, it says that we have to place the 10 milliliter graduated cylinder on the balance and record its mass. After that, I have to remove it from the balance and add approximately 7 milliliters of water. Then put that back onto the balancer and record the mass of both the water and the cylinder. I have to do this to each and every container that I have in this lab. And those containers are the 10 milliliter graduated cylinder, the 50 milliliter graduated cylinder, the 25 milliliter Erlenmeyer matte flask, and the 250 milliliter beaker. In between the containers, I have to find the volume of water, the high volume interval, and the low volume interval, and the uncertainty. To find the high volume interval and the low volume interval, I have to figure out which 2 values are in between the volume of water that I have calculated in my data table. To find the uncertainty, I have to subtract the high volume interval minus the low volume interval and divide that by 2. And that's how I get my uncertainty. Once I have calculated everything and put the information on my data table, it is time to move on to activity number 3. For activity number 3, it tells me to use the thermometer and record the current room temperature of water that I have used for activity number 2. We have to assume in this lab that the water I used is already at room temperature. Once I have found the temperature in degrees Celsius, I have to refer back to table number 2 in the lab to find the density of water at the current room temperature. The last thing I need to do after that is to calculate the volume of water, and I am done. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lab.